Ray J speaks out again. But this time it feels like we're getting a different Ray J. Could he have been influenced by Diddy's sons?
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Ray J is back on the news again, and he had some things to say about everything that's been going on the internet, in the news, things that have been flying off the handle. Things have been going off the hinges. Let's just completely be real. There's been a lot of people stepping forward, speaking out about a bunch of different things, but Ray J kind of speaks on that. And now let's not forget, he allegedly almost got unalived. Apparently somebody tried to pull up on him with a pew-pew, right? He almost got unalived. There was an altercation between him and Diddy's sons, which was actually being stopped by Chris Brown and Chris Brown's manager, if I'm correct. It's absolutely crazy. So there's a lot of things that have been going on with Ray J. Ray J's been having it, okay? He's been having quite the past few weeks, right? But now he's on Cuomo's show on News Nation, and he speaks on all of this. But like I said in the very beginning, I'm wondering if he's changing his tune because of all the things that have been going on. He's been dodging a lot of things, all right? There's been a lot of adversity, for lack of a better term, flying, if you get what I'm saying, in his general direction. And I'm wondering if he's changing his tune a little bit. It's very interesting because there's some things that he's saying here that I'm like, I don't agree with you, Ray J, because you've been part of it too. Hold up. We're going to talk about it. Let's take a look at this video, shall we?
Joins us now. Thank you very much for coming on short notice. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Chris. Always good to talk to you.
So, Ray J, what is your take on the suggestion that Diddy is powerful enough that he can reach out, even if behind bars, like some kind of mob boss, and get people to tell people to shut up, or I'll pay you if you shut up, and be effective?
Look, I don't know how real that is. I think, when you're in jail, I think you should also know how to move and not do stupid stuff like that.
No doubt.
I think a lot of the stories are becoming out of control and super extreme. Again, you start one way, and then as it builds, there's thousands of people coming in, creating a new narrative. And when you do your research or your due diligence on it, a lot of it doesn't come back real. So now you
hold on. I gotta pause it. Sorry, guys. But here's the thing, though. Talk to me really quick, because let's keep it a bean. You really mean to tell me that you're not a part of the issue too? You've been out here talking on interviews, saying all kinds of stuff, saying all kinds of things, getting involved and talking about certain things. You even went on to TMZ and said, oh, yeah, I know some celebrities that told me that they're paying people off. They're paying some of these victims off, so on and so forth. I mean, is that actually true? Or are you just adding more rumor? Like I said, I mean, yes, there's a bunch of other rumors that have been flying around here that have been absolutely insane. I agree. Things have gone wild. But at the same time, I can't help but ask, weren't you a part of that issue as well? Just a little bit? I mean, come on.
You're stuck in a position to go, is any of it real, or how much of it is real? And I think that's where we are now, because they just keep piling on and on and on. And now everybody's starting to feel weird about it and starting to feel like it's all starting to look like it's one-sided against one man. And people aren't liking it.
Do you still believe that we're going to see a lot of bold-faced names get pulled into this because of their knowledge or their participation in what Diddy is accused of?
I think that there might have been times where people have partied with a certain team of people, and it might have been a freak off at that party, right? But I can guarantee you, most of the celebrities that's went to Diddy's parties never even heard of a freak off. So the freak offs in the beginning sounded really interesting, you know, and entertaining, I would say. But in this space now, when you look back, where were the freak offs? Everybody that's super legitimate, that's an A-list celebrity or whatever they say, you know, from my knowledge and just me knowing, I've never seen a freak off. What does that really mean? I mean, is that really real? Is this 50-50? Are we creating a new narrative for something that's not there? Where was it really dope in the baby oil? I mean, what are we doing?
Now listen, interesting that he says the freak offs might sound interesting, and then he tries to retract it, being like, well, wait a second, what I meant was, and that's weird. But at the same time, you can miss me with the nonsense of people not knowing about the rumors. At least no one knew about these rumors about Diddy's parties and all that. Didn't know that these things were going on. Man, I had an interview with DMC, Run DMC, just a few weeks ago on the main channel. Go check it out. I asked him about Diddy and all that, and he even said himself, people knew about the rumors. I just didn't know if it was actually true. Couldn't believe it was actually true. Couldn't believe any of this stuff that's actually happening right now. Again, you got to remember, yeah, sure. Things are stranger than fiction, right? But at the same time, it could very well be real. Now, with Ray J sitting here trying to act like he don't know about this stuff, when you were really close to Diddy, come on now. Maybe, okay, sure. Maybe you didn't know about it. Maybe you didn't. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll hand you that little crumb. Maybe you didn't know about the freak offs, but I guarantee you heard about rumors about the freak offs. I feel like any person that's a higher up or any person that was on the A list or was in the in crowd of Diddy, close to Diddy, knew at least some semblance of something, whether it was a rumor or you actually saw it with your own two eyes. Come on, y'all. Like, nah. For him to sit there and go, everyone didn't know, and they're just confused. And yeah, there might be interest in knowing what it's all about, but we never saw that stuff. What about all these people that are stepping forward? What about the countless tapes that are out here? What about that too? Countless tapes that the feds, TMZ, New York Post have all seen with their own two eyes as well. So the freak offs do exist. Now, as far as the, laced baby oil, I don't know about that. That might be far-fetched. But there is going to be a few things that are going to be that are going to leak out as urban legend, until they actually get confirmed. Now, that's one thing I hope we get answered very, very soon by the feds, that they ran tests on the baby oil and said, yeah, it is laced, or no, it is not laced, so that we can all put that to bed as well. But you cannot deny that these freak offs are real. And definitely people are in those rooms, whether it was just Diddy by himself or not. People knew about these. So Ray J can miss me with the nonsense on this one, looking like a pastor with his mustache. He suddenly found God, everybody. The Lord. Doesn't he look like he should be mopping his brow right now, holding the Bible? But he's preaching under a tent in the middle of the desert. Okay, let's move on.
Right. What do you want people to know about the alleged altercation with you and Diddy's sons, and your drive and your belief that somebody took a shot at you? Do you believe those are related? And did they change your disposition towards talking about this situation?
Well, when you live in LA, I think a lot of things are controlled in a lot of different ways, whether it's from the underground scene or from the political scene. But what I do know is that the people that did that to me, trying to work out something when you know who it is always the best the best plan, right? I've seen a lot of violence happen just because certain people wouldn't sit down and figure out, you know, what can happen in a positive way as opposed to it going another route. So in that situation, you know, we're doing everything we can to make sure that, you know, things are super safe and that everybody can just live and enjoy life. And whether it's the truth, whether it's a lie, whatever it is, it stays on the front line. It doesn't go into something super violent. That's very important, you know, moving forward.
Well,
And as
Oh, hold on. Hopefully he's going to answer it because that was not an answer.
far as,
For my
you know,
take-
as far as the you know, go ahead.
no, go ahead. As far as what?
No, and then as far as Diddy's sons, yeah, it's been a lot. And I think at this point, you know, we had to all sit down and we had to really figure out what this looks like and what we should do moving forward. And so we've worked out our differences. And I think that when we talked in the beginning, you know, creating these mentorship programs and creating something new to help young entrepreneurs when they're falling by the wayside is absolutely needed in these situations. I mean, if you even just look at me, you know, sometimes you need certain guidance before you jump off the edge. And a lot of times that's you know, that's happening in this space that we're in right now.
He did not answer that question at all. Now, he could be, but he did say something in there, and I'm going to say that in just a second. But he did not answer about the drive-by, the attempt on his life. And he's like, yeah, you know, we need to sit down and we need to talk about these things and all that. That's fine. But what's interesting about that is he doesn't say anything about the actual thing. He doesn't sit there and say, yeah, there's a threat on my life. I'm nervous about it, so on and so forth. He doesn't say any of that at all, guys. Not at all. But then he says, oh, yeah, you know, as far as the sons, yeah, we did have a conversation. We talked about that, so on and so forth. So could this be a new approach by Ray J because of him having this meeting with Diddy's sons? Think about it. Let's not forget, someone tried to pull up on him with a pew-pew. How gangster is that? I'm going to show up with the pew-pew, but he showed up with the pew-pew, okay? Said he was aimed at, for lack of a better term. And then, well, before that, he had the altercation with the boys, Diddy's boys, right? Now he's saying he had a conversation with them. And haven't you noticed, like even in this interview, it's a completely different approach. It's a completely different conversation. It's a completely different energy from Ray J. Could he be influenced by Diddy's sons now? And could he be influenced out of fear? Because he literally almost got in an altercation with Diddy's sons. Then he almost got aimed. He almost got shot at, right? He almost got hit. I'm sorry. Could that be what it is here? Because he did not answer really any questions. It was a bunch of word salad, y'all. A bunch of word salad. So what say you? This seems like he's changed his narrative a tiny bit. A tiny bit. Or a lot of bit. Anything's possible. So what say you guys? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. Man, something about this feels like he's been influenced. That's just what it feels like. It just really feels like this man has been influenced. But you tell me your thoughts. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.